Thank you. On behalf of my classmates, I would like to welcome you all, family, friends, and faculty. Thank you all for coming, especially those of you who have come from all over the world to be with us today. We're privileged to have you. I feel very lucky to be standing in front of you today. Lucky to be surrounded by friends and family at this amazing school. Lucky to be able to address you, and especially lucky that my friends and I have made it through our senior year without being JC. But let me tell you a story about luck. The Spanish lottery, El Gordo, is the oldest and biggest lottery in the world. In 2011, the jackpot was $950 million. In the poor farming village of Sedito, Spain, every year the Housewives Association buys tickets and goes door to door selling them. The 250 citizens of Sedito all buy at least one ticket, not because they think they will win, but because it is tradition to do so, and because some of the money goes to charity. Against all odds, in 2011, Sedito won El Gordo and its $950 million jackpot. It was dubbed the luckiest village in the world. The citizens drank champagne and danced in the streets, believing they had been touched by God. They thought they were the chosen ones. But the town quickly changed. Suddenly, questions arose about who had bought how many tickets, how much money each person had won, and what had happened to the leftover tickets. Neighbors became suspicious of each other and bolted their doors and closed their curtains. And suddenly, they discovered new and unfamiliar desires they had never had before, as this once quiet town was swarmed by outsiders trying to sell them BMWs, jacuzzi bathtubs, and luxurious vacations, things they had never had before. With luck came the loss of many of the things that had once been important to them: love, work, trust, and identity. One poor farmer from Sedito, referring to the day when they won the lottery, said, "That morning I was just Jose, but suddenly I became Jose with money." But who is that? Everyone, it seems, became caught up in this ridiculous craze, except for Cortez, the one man in Sedito who had not bought a ticket because the Housewives Association forgot to go to his door. He was the unluckiest man in the luckiest place on earth. In the days after winning the lottery, the citizens promised to share their winnings with Cortez. Eventually, one of them, who had won hundreds of thousands of dollars, came to him and gave him an envelope with only $1,000 in it and said, "Take this before I change my mind." And Cortez's ex-girlfriend gave him her old, run-down car when she bought a new one. But that was it. The ironic thing is that Cortez might just be the happiest person in the village. When the news came about the lottery, he picked up a camera and started filming. He filmed the festive free-for-all when the news hit that they had won. He filmed the arrival of the TV crews, the Jaguar dealers, and the sadness and suspicion that crept in amongst the town. He had been looking for meaning in his life, and making a short film about what had happened made him feel fulfilled. He watched the villagers lose friendship, peace of mind, and lifestyle over the money. He now thinks that maybe he was lucky the Housewives Association did not go to his door. What worries me about this story is that I also have won the lottery. My classmates and I were born to an affluent and privileged part of society, to a time and place where we have far greater security than at any other time in history. Most of us will never face starvation, a global epidemic, or the early loss of a child. We have parents who can afford and are willing to send us to a school that provides us with a personal, thoughtful education and costs as much as many colleges. People from all over the world pay money to drive on the same roads that we drive on and take for granted every single day. We have teachers who genuinely care about us and about preparing us for our future. We can go to them for personal advice, and we can go to their houses whenever we want. This is not normal for high schools today. We live and go to school with smart, intelligent people from 18 states and 20 countries. Seems to me that we won the lottery. And the thing is, we didn't do anything to earn this. We just got lucky. When we drew the winning ticket, it became easy to take for granted the opportunities we won. It is easy for us to tell ourselves that we somehow deserve the fortunes that we've been given. How easy is it to make up stories about our intellect, our skills, the social justification that we deserve to belong to this privileged part of society? In fact, our skill is being born to smart and intelligent parents. I'm not saying it's bad to be lucky. I don't mean to appear ungrateful, and I certainly am not looking to give up what we have. I am grateful for everything we have. I am grateful that I turned out to be better looking than my identical twin brother. If given the choice, I would not have chosen to go to school anywhere else. But there can be a downside to such privilege, as the experience of Sedito shows. It is easy to take our good fortune for granted and to waste our opportunities. What I am telling you right now is to not let that happen. As I look at my classmates, though, I feel optimistic. They're intelligent, humble, and hardworking. They have taken advantage of, but never taken for granted, the opportunities they have been given. I have seen the hard work of my classmates. I have seen Brian Louie's passion and dedication to his music, as well as his relentless determination to never pay for a meal at Denny's. Ryan Hall tirelessly strives to perfect his appearance, going as far as wearing his 5-fingered shoes to school to get rid of his sock tan lines. I am impressed at the discipline and dedication Michael Decker and Kyle John showed at their golf games, and I am also in awe at the care and thought that they put into picking out their outfits from Goodwill. Miss Decker and Miss John, I know their antics embarrass you, but when Kyle delivers a pizza to Mr. Khan wearing a Domino's uniform, while Michael washes the windows in a maintenance uniform, it truly brightens everyone's day. I know how hard Clayton Archer works out to better his football game, but to also fulfill his secret desire of being an underwear model. John Jackson has worked exceptionally hard in school, so that if he doesn't become a male escort, he still has a pretty good backup plan in one of the best engineering schools in the country. I have even seen how much effort Daniel Matsumoto has put into not working hard. It truly is remarkable that he is able to get such good grades when he starts a term project the night before it is due, and only after watching the latest episode of Survivor. We truly are an incredible class, the class of 2013, that built a 20-foot-tall pirate for our senior prank, and one of the best classes in terms of college acceptances in school history. We have dancers, Division I athletes, poets, writers, chemists, musicians. We have people with every sort of imaginable talent. Perhaps most importantly, we have Bob Lee. So ask yourself, what can we learn from Cortez, the unluckiest man in the luckiest place on earth? First, don't take your fortunes for granted. Remind yourselves of your good luck from time to time, so that we will appreciate what we have been given. When you drive away from this place, slow down and look at it as if you were seeing it for the first time. We often complain that Monterey is boring for kids, that there is nothing to do. But when our friends come home from college, they can't believe the beauty of the place that we live in. When you go home tonight, look at your house and look at your parents, and thank them for everything they have given you. It is easy to criticize the cafeteria and the school dances, but what we have here at Stevenson is truly special and unmatched. If you really want to remind yourself of how lucky you are, travel to a third world country, or unfortunately, even to some parts of our own country, and realize that not everyone has been dealt the same hand. Second, I know it sounds cynical, but don't imagine that you somehow deserve this good fortune. It is popular to tell children these days that they are special, and to cultivate self-esteem above all else. And I think it is easy when we find ourselves born to such privilege to imagine that it has come to us because we are special. that we somehow deserved it, like the many people of Sedito who believe they have been touched by God. Well, there are 7 billion people in the world, and they are all special in some way to someone, and if they're not, they deserve to be. We deserve to be proud of our accomplishments when we have worked for them. We are special and we are remarkable, but the fact is that we do not have what we have because we are special. We have it because we are lucky. We are lucky to be born to incredibly hardworking parents and grandparents who have given us so many opportunities. Humility is not something we should pretend to have, but something we should work for. We are not lesser people because we've suffered less, but we are not better people either. And finally, make use of the opportunities you have been given. Andrew Arnold, you might be the smartest person in our class. We expect great things from you. Sierra Garcia, if our generation dies of global warming, I will hold you personally responsible. Dale Matsumoto, you've had your fun. Now get to work and do something with your many talents. John F. Kennedy said, "To those whom much is given, much is expected." Especially to those of us, the class of 2013, to whom so much has been given. It is unacceptable if we do not leave this world a better place than we found it. To our families, thank you for everything, for your love and support. We would not be here without you. To our teachers, thank you for your passion and enthusiasm the past 4 years, both in and out of the classroom. And to my classmates, to whom so much has been given, I hope you will find contentment and pleasure in your work, that you will be kind not only to your friends, but also to strangers, that you will take advantage of, but never take for granted, the opportunities you have been given, and that you shall have the satisfaction of knowing that you have left the world a better place than you found it. Best of luck, and thank you all.